Jai Hind to one and all present here. Myself, Cadet Namita Vij from 1 Chandigarh Naval Unit Carmel Convent School. And today, I will brief you about the social evils. Social evils are the issues that directly or indirectly affect the members of a society and are considered to be a point of controversy or a problem in regard to moral values. Some common social evils include female foeticide, dowry, and child abuse. Now we have female foeticide. Female foeticide is the selective abortion or elimination of the girl child in the womb itself, done deliberately by the mother after the detection of the child's gender through medical means. This is usually done under the family pressure from the husband or the in laws or even from the woman's parents. Causes of female foeticide: fanatic desire or preference to have a male child, removal of girl child from the family tree even before she is born. The core factor is the need to continue the family line through the male born into it. Then you have unwanted pregnancy. Though most people cite this as an excuse for medical termination of pregnancy, but it is generally the course taken after the sex determination proves to be a female fetus. Foul medical ethics. This process began in the early 1990s. There is a tendency for families to continue producing children until a male child was born. Dowry system. In India, the age old custom of dowry system puts a damper on the parents' spirits who are blessed with a girl child. Right then and there began the calculations associated with marriage expenses, which may happen after a couple of decades following the child's first breath. Girls are seen more as a burden, and some think that it would be much better to get rid of them with just a fraction of amount. Effects of female foeticide: skewed sex ratio. In India, the number of girls per thousand boys is declining with each passing decade. From say 962 for every thousand boys in the year 1981, the sex ratio has plummeted to an time low of only 914 girls for 1000 boys in 2011. Female or woman trafficking. The steep decline in the number of girls makes them scarce for teeming members of males eligible for marriage. As a solution to this issue, illegal trafficking of women has become a commonplace in many regions. Women, often young girls who have just crossed the threshold of puberty, are compelled to marry for a price fixed by the groom to be. Increase in rape and assault. Once women became an endangered species, it is only a matter of time before the instances of rape, assault, and violence become widespread. The legal system may offer protection, but as in the situation today, many cases might not even surface for fear of isolation, humiliation on the girl's part. Population decline. With no mothers or wombs to bear a child, male or female, there would be fewer births, leading to a decline in country's overall population. Measures to prevent female foeticide. What can we do? Cancellation, permanent termination of doctor's license who partakes in fulfilling a client's demand to do away with her girl child. Heavy penalty imposed on companies like GE that specialize in marketing medical equipments used for illegal sex determination and abortion in unlicensed clinics and hospitals. High fines and judicial action against parents who knowingly try to kill their unborn baby. Widespread campaigns and seminars for young adults and potential parents to enlighten them about the ill effects of female foeticide. Ignorance is one of the major causes for the increase in the selective sex abortion cases. Spreading awareness can go a long way in saving our future sisters, mothers, girlfriends, and wives. High incentives for the girl child in education, employment, etc., could also be given. Equal rights for women in the property of the parents or husband is also another way. Dowry. In India, dowry is a payment in cash or some kind of gifts given to the bridegroom's family along with the bride. Generally, they include cash, jewelry, electrical appliances, furniture, bedding, crockery, utensils, and other household items that help the newlywed set up their home. Divine sanction. Dowry is one of the most ancient practices of India. The Vedas prescribe that a dowry be given to the bride's family to the groom. Thus, most people think that it is legal as per Vedic rites. Growing economic inequality. This fuels the desire to ask for more and more cash or gifts to pursue lavish lifestyle or other ventures. Increasing unemployment of males. In order to prove their status, unemployed males are growingly demanding for more and more dowry to fulfill their desires. Parental compulsions. In order to find a good match for their daughter, well to do parents are offering huge dowry. This adds a fuel to the growing demand for dowry. Effects of dowry system. Increase in domestic violence, increase in mortgage and loans, female foeticide, female trafficking, false dowry allegation. Prevention of dowry. What as we common people can do? Start practicing dowry prohibition in your family. Don't take or accept dowry. Educate the members of your family with provisions of law that demanding or accepting dowry or giving dowry is an offense. A woman is an important member of the family and is entitled to have all rights and privileges a man enjoys. Educate the members of your family and neighborhood to respect a woman's rights and privileges. Encourage women folk to raise their voice about their rights and fight against them. Child abuse. According to the World Health Organization, child abuse or maltreatment constitutes all forms of physical and or emotional ill treatment, sexual abuse, neglect or neglectant treatment or commercial or other exploitation resulting in the actual or potential harm to the child's health, survival, development, or dignity in the context of a relationship of responsibility, trust, or power. So, we will now have the kind of abuse. First is the physical, emotional, sexual, and child neglect. Physical abuse. Physical abuse is inflicting physical injury upon a child. This may include hitting, shaking, kicking, beating, or otherwise harming a child physically. Emotional abuse. Emotional abuse, also known as verbal abuse or mental abuse and psychological maltreatment, includes acts or the failure to act by the parents, caretakers, peers, or others that have caused or could cause serious behavioral, cognitive, emotional, and mental distress or trauma. Sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is an inappropriate sexual behavior with a child. It includes fondling with a child's genitals, making a child fondle with adults' genitals, sexual assault, intercourse, intersect, rape, and sodomy, exhibitism, and pornography. These to be considered child abuse. These acts have to be committed by a person responsible for the care of a child or related to the child. For example, a babysitter, parent, neighbor, relative, extended family member, peer, old child, friend, stranger, or a daycare provider. Then you have child neglect. Child neglect is an act of omission or commission leading to the denial of a child's basic needs. Neglect can be physical, educational, emotional, or psychological. Physical neglect entails denial of food, clothing, appropriate medical care, or supervision. It may include abandonment. Educational neglect includes failure to provide inappropriate schooling or special educational needs. Psychological neglect includes lack of emotional support and love. Child abuse in India. A national study on child abuse was conducted in the year 2005 by the Ministry of Child and Women Welfare. This study, which is the largest of its kind, was undertaken anywhere in the world, covered 13 states with a sample size of 12,447 children, where 2,324 young adults and 2,449 stakeholders. It looked at different forms of child abuse: physical, sexual, and emotional, and the girls' child neglect in five different evidence groups, namely children in a family environment, children in school, children at work, children on the street, and children in the institutes. The major findings of these studies are as under: it is the young children in the age of 15 to 12 years of age who are at most risk of abuse and exploitation. Physical abuse. Over 50% of children were being subjected to one or the other form of physical abuse. That is, 2 out of every 3 children were physically abused. 88.6% children were physically abused by parents. 65% of school going children reported facing corporal punishments. That is, 2 out of 3 children were victims of corporal punishment. 62 of the corporal punishment was in the government and municipal schools. Sexual abuse. 53.22% children reported having faced one or more forms of sexual abuse. Out of the children respondents, 5.69% reported being sexually assaulted. Children on the street, children at work, and children in institutional care reported the highest incidence of sexual assault. Most children do not report this matter to anyone. That is all for today. Thank you and Jai Hind.